So good morning, learners. Welcome to today's math lesson. Now you remember well that our last lesson was how to convert fractions into percentages. And in today's lesson, we are going to do the opposite of what we did. We're going to do the vice versa of what we did, whereby we are going to convert percentages into fractions. Now you understand that I gave you a lot of percentages in our previous lesson. So I'm going to use the same percentages to be able to convert them to fractions. So I gave you, like, for example, 60%. Convert 60% into a fraction. So now what you do, you ask yourself, how else can we write 60%? I told you, percentage means out of 100. And so 60% can just be written as 60 out of 100. That's where we get the fraction from. So don't look for another fraction. This is exactly what we have as a fraction. So in this case, after getting this, learner, you don't leave it like that. We are going to simplify this fraction. So this 0 will cancel this 0. Going to remain with 6 over 10. This is an even number, this is an even number. So divide by 2, you get 3. Divide by 2, you get 5. And so, as a fraction, it's going to be 3 out of 5. And that becomes your answer. You get it right. So, in order to be able to write a percentage into a fraction, you write the other form of this percentage. 6% simply means 60 out of 100. Let me give you another one, learner. That 9%, convert that 9% into a fraction. Simply, you need to write 39 out of 100. From there, you check whether this number has a common divisor. If you look at this number, there's no common divisor, so your answer is going to remain as 39 over 100. You only leave the answer like this if there's no common divisor. But whenever there's a common divisor, learner, you are going to divide further. Let me give you another one. You can also be given 20%. 20%. Convert 20% as a fraction. 20% can be written as 20 out of 100. And so in this case, you realize that there's a common divisor, the 0 will cancel, you went with 2 over 10. By 2, 1, divide by 2, you get 5. And so your answer is going to be 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5. Can be given more. Can be given more. Like for example, can be given, convert 13% as a fraction. You're going to realize that 13 is going to be 13 out of 100. From there, learner, you go ahead and check. Do you have a common divisor? No, we don't have a common divisor. And so that question remains as 13 out of 100. Can also be given a question like 25%. Convert 25% into a fraction. So this is going to be 25 out of 100. From there, you check whether we have a common divisor. Yes, this is 5 and this is 0, meaning that you can divide this by 5. By 5, you get 5. By 5 gets into 10 2 times, then you add this 0 there. By 5, 1. By 5, 4. And so your answer is going to be 1 out of 4. Your answer is going to be 1 out of 4. You can be given other examples like 48%. Convert 48% into a fraction. So this is going to be 48 out of 100. In that case, you're going to say divide by 4 because this number is divided by 4. Divide by 4, you get 1, 2. Divide by 4, you get 25. And so your answer is going to be 12 out of 25 because now this case is no common divisor. If you don't want to use by 4, you can start by 2. Going to that end and then you get at least 12 over 25. Let's find one question that you can be able to do using percentages. I want to give you a question here that calls percentages. If you are going to lack one, then we We are going to look for that in our next lesson. I think we don't have a question like that. So we're going to look into that in our next lesson. But before, yes, I've gotten one here. So express the following percentages as fractions. Express the following percentages as fractions. Express the following percentages as fractions. So here we are given two questions. A, of course we have done that one, it's 20%. Then the other one is that 5%. So we need to do the B part of it, that 5%. So express that 5% as a fraction. So you need to say that 5 out of 100. From there, you will check whether we have a common divisor. So by 5, you get 7, by 5, 20. And so your answer is going to be 7 out of 20. I have more questions concerning the same. Let me write it here for you. Work out. What are we working out? 10% of 200 shillings. 10% of 200 shillings. Lana, you might have come across this type of a question even in the paper that I gave recently. So what we are supposed to do, Lana, you're going to check 10% can be written as 10 over 100. So you write this as a fraction. So 10% of means multiplication, 200. So 200 shillings. In this case, you realize 10% of 200 shillings is simply 20 shillings. So your answer becomes 20 shillings. Let me be part of it, then give you some more. 21% of 800 rupees. 21% of 800 pupils. You remember the table that I gave you in our previous lesson? So 21% of 800 pupils, we write this as a fraction, is 21 out of 100 times 800 pupils. You're going to realize that this and this will cancel. 21 times 8 is simply 168 pupils. So 21% of 800 pupils is 168 pupils. So that's how we can be able to apply fractions in our daily life. So without much wastage of time, I want to give you an exercise 64. It's a very short exercise. Very, very short exercise. So exercise 64. You're going to do questions number 1, the ABC, number 1 and 2. Question number 1 and 2. That is going to be found on page 85 and 86. Page 85, 86. So ensure that you do this work. Do it well, following the methods that I've just shown you. So until next time, Nana, I want to wish you well. Ensure that you understand. Because from here, we are going to a more complicated part that will be like the questions that we have done here. We're going to meet them after these practices, and you're going to do them. So ensure that you master this first, so that when it comes to that part, you'll be very ample, correct one, the work that is going to be given there. So ensure that you get confidence here in doing this, and during that time, very, very easy for you to be able to understand exactly what you're supposed to do. Until next time, Lana, I want to wish you well. God bless you.